But I'm back to talk about what I see as a deterioration in our strategic settings. I think the country is now very much at odds with its geography, and it's lost its way. I thought rather than me provide a set speech, you and I would have a conversation about this, perhaps off notes. But I want to get to this point. We arrived here in 11 little boats, 1/10 the size of a Manly ferry, and after dropping anchor at what we call Sydney Cove, then claimed the whole 4,000-kilometre hinterland, 2,500 miles. I mean, for chutzpah, that takes a bit of beating, and we got away with it. Not because of our treatment of the poor Aborigines, who ended up getting the rough end of the stick right from the get-go, but we got away with it even after other states, like parts of then Indonesia, the Kingdom of Thailand, then Siam, China and its large mercantile fleets, they could have claimed Australia in the 16th or the 17th or the 18th century. But here it was waiting for us, the greatest gift any nation has ever been given. An island, a continent of their own, and a border with nobody. All we had to do to keep it is be in it, be in the region. Be in the region and be happy to be in the region. What a gift. What a gift. What was it, just virtually a handful of us, But no, we're not happy to be in the region. We're still trying to find our security from Asia rather than in Asia. So here we had the Prime Minister going back to Cornwall, where James Cook had left 245 years earlier, and where Arthur Phillip and the First Fleet had left 233 years earlier. Here we are back there to find our security from Asia. I mean, the ignominy of it, the appalling ignominy of it, speaks volumes about our incapacity to absorb the region, enjoy the region, be part of the region, and to celebrate the fact we've been here. The thing is, the area that matters most to Australia, the area which should be our strategic habitat, is the Indonesian archipelago. 250 million people in an arc across the northern reaches of Australia, a central part of ASEAN. This should be where, and in my time as Prime Minister, where I focused most particularly, and other as well, but particularly myself, this is where we matter most. But instead of that, we've now got this sort of fiction, the thing called the Indo-Pacific, like a big rectangular box. And on one end of the box is India, and the other end of the box is Japan. But in other words, but we're not focusing on the middle of the box, which is Indonesia and ASEAN. We're on either end. It's like a seesaw at the park. We're on the wobbly ends, but not the pivot at the middle, right? And of course, this is just a fiction. There is no way India is going to find itself with any naval military flotilla in the South China Sea to protect us from China, unless the Chinese somehow turn in a big position in the Indian Ocean. If the Chinese are not in the Indian Ocean, then there's no way the Indians are going to be in the South China Sea. I've always believed that India will never be part of the East Asian system, and that us believing that we can have a meeting in the White House and we call it the Quad and the Indians are going to be there. I mean, we need to remember this. The country in the world closest to India is Russia. They have an inter-country commission that was set up in Indira Gandhi's time with the Soviet Union. That is still principally their principal relationship in the world. 75% of their military equipment comes from Russia. India is part of the Shanghai Cooperation Conference, which includes Pakistan, China, some of the stand countries. In other words, India looks west to Pakistan and the Middle East. It does not look east to East Asia. That is the real position. Now, is that too hard to work out? You know, is that too hard for people to work? Now, take Japan. Let's take Japan. Here they are. The Bourbons, the LDP, Liberal Democratic Party, the Bourbons of the Pacific, learned nothing and forgotten nothing.